One of the things I generally don't do is make videos about how to do wiring, because I'm not a licensed electrician and I don't want to be responsible for having anyone get electrocuted. So very often, if I'm making a video about wiring, it's more about the adventure than it is about actually what I'm doing, because I don't want to lead someone to a place where they could hurt themselves. That said, I am going to talk about my wiring a little bit today, because I'm going to have to crawl under the barn to find a short in a big piece of wiring here that is of interest, or might be of interest to you. I don't know, but it's what I'm thinking about. So I'll start here at the fuse box. These two big fuses right here go to these two big wires right here, which go through that wire right there. And then this big breaker here goes to this wire, which you notice is an old school bunch of wiring, but it's still really good wire. This is actually copper wire, whereas this is aluminum wire, which a lot of places went to aluminum because copper got more expensive, and this actually is power company wire that you would run overhead from a power pole. But anyway, I got some of that along the way, and I ran one over to my garage, and I ran it underneath this building and underneath this building and up through the concrete. This is actually, I might can find that wire, but that wire is buried. This is the welder wire, and it was done later. That's why you can see it. The wire that's down under is buried under there somewhere, and you can't see it, but it runs through here. And the problem I have here is that, let me get my flashlight. Oh, I should show you this. I had my, so this one actually has a 100 amp breaker on the box side. I was going to run it down to the garage, put in a 50 amp breaker down there, and then run a line out to the RV and put a box, either this box or a box very much like this one down there, to plug the RV into. I've actually got another box like this ordered, and I can replace this burned out plug here. What I'm going to do today is take you under this building that's right outside this door here. Now, this is going to require a little explanation on my part. I used to never let anyone see on video what was under this building, because when I first started living down here, this building was the building that I had for storage and everything else. And I would leave this place and be gone for months. So everything had to be put away in a secure fashion. Well, the way I built this building, there was space under it, and I put down this material here. And I used to slide my kayaks under this, and then take this board and screw it along the back there into that wall, and then drive my tractor in here, and then close this big door here and run a big long bolt through it and put padlocks on it and all this other stuff. Well, now that I'm no longer being gone, I don't mind showing you what's under here. And basically it's just a crawl space. But that wire that we were looking at, I'm going to lay this little thing down because I use this thing to crawl on. And yes, I'm crawling under here with the spiders and the snakes and all the nasty things that you could possibly imagine. I'm coming under here, snakes, so y'all need to move on. So what I'm going to do is, up there where my flashlight is shining, that's where that wire comes under that right there. And there's a piece of tin there, this big piece of tin that's on the side, and that piece of tin may have cut down into the top of that wire, because that wire was put under there before that tin. There's another spot over here that is similar. There's a place where the wire goes under a piece of tin right there. My thinking is it may be that that tin cut a hole in the wire, or at least cut it enough to short it out. So what I need to do is crawl up under there and dig down and see if that wire is cut. And if it is cut, let's just say if it's cut enough so that the metal cut through the insulation, but not, it wouldn't have cut that wire because that wire is too thick to have cut the wire itself. And it may be that I can fix that and still use that wire. If not, what I'm going to wind up doing is cutting that wire and running my power off that other electric wire that I got the welder hooked to up there. But I won't know what I'm going to be doing until I crawl up under there and look at that closely. And I'm going to take a little digging implement. I'm also going to go cut the power off because I don't want to be under there poking around with that wire while it's got electricity in it, because that would be a really good way to kill yourself. And I'm not ready to go yet. I'm going to stick around a little longer. So what I've already turned off, I took a lot of times these 220 breakers will have a thing like this, so that if you throw one, you throw both sides. Well, I took that thing off so that I can break out my 2 breakers. So this one here is off. That's the one that didn't have power to it. But I'm also going to throw this one because I'm going to be under there digging around and poking around with that wire. Now I'm doing this early in the morning, so I haven't had my breakfast yet. But I know it gets hot as the day progresses. I don't want to be doing this in the hot heat. So I'm going to take this tool, and I'm also going to take these big heavy gloves. Do I need these gloves? No, I won't take those big heavy gloves. I did have them the other day when I was handling electricity. I use them sometimes when I'm handling acid and things like that. See, this is where my plug was, and I ran that plug across the yard and down to that other garage, and then from that out to the camper out there. And I also had another line running off of it down there, and that's just 30 amps. I'm gonna take that all up, and if I get this set up right, I'm gonna pull my power from in this garage and come down through here, make a place here to get the power into this building, and then bury the line there out to that building, and then a line out to that building. But before I do that, I got to know what's going on under here. So that's a lot of talking. But now I'm going to use this little thing, and the way this little thing works is you can slide yourself up on this thing and do like this. Slide yourself up again. You could probably tell better about what I'm doing if I set you over here. I'm gonna just crawl toward you. This is a kind of a maybe what I need to do is just turn y'all off. I'm sure y'all don't need to be seeing what I'm doing here anyway, because it's going to scare you. Kind of scaring me. Okay. I am going to sneak out of here and make me some wood pieces that I could use as insulators. And I'm going to make them like wedges. Now I'm going to go and see if I got power there, and if I don't, I'm going to come back and cut that wire, pull it out, and run the power off that other wire that I have up there. This is a piece of the fabric, so that's not a piece of the wire. Looks like it is, but it's not. So, yeah, let's go outside. Let's go around. And I don't think I need the hammer under here anymore. I don't think I need this under there either. So we can take that out. We can take the hammer out. And I'll put the flashlight in my pocket. I don't think what I did is going to work, but you know, at least before I cut the wire, I will have tried something else. the wire won't go wasted, because what I'll do is, if that don't work, is I'll run that wire down under that building next door, and run a wire down to the building out back off of it. Either way, I'm gonna get power out back. I know y'all are having as much fun as I am doing this, and I'm really glad that you could come along and be a part of it, because not every day you get to crawl up under a building with the snakes and the wasp and the ants and all the little creatures. I left that on, but what do you want to bet? I still don't have power out here. I'm willing to bet I don't. This is how I check it. If this worked properly, this side over here is ground. That should be a hot wire. Then when I touch that ground and that hot wire, this light bulb would come on, and it's not doing that. So I think I'm just going to cut it. So before I do that, I'm going to replace it here, because I can come off of this wire over here and replace that with it, and then I can go into there and cut that. So what I'm going to need, inside of this thing there's a big clamp, and I've got another box set up like this that I made to hide that connection in. And yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching.